Jerry Asp is a man who wears many hats, literally and figuratively. His collection contains gifts that remind him of the friendships he has developed over decades of connecting Indigenous communities, mining companies, and governments.
I think that what Jerry has done for the industry and for Indigenous people is he led by example. He was a real trailblazer. He showed that they and us, we can actually work in this industry in a meaningful way, contribute in a meaningful way, and build those bridges between the two different cultures.
Jerry is a very rare kind of leader. He is a leader that gives everything he has for the well-being of people. His mission in life is to help and to serve and to bring well-being to his nation and to all Indigenous people.
Jerry's inherent talents as a leader, educator, and entrepreneur come from his deep family roots.
My grandfather, George Adzursa, was the last true hereditary chief of the Tahltan people. Family was important, hard work was important, and education was important. My grandfather Asp was also from Sweden. He jumped ship in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, worked his way up through the logging camps in Wisconsin, learned to speak English, and then came west looking for gold up in the Stikine. Met my grandmother in 1919. They were married in 1920. In 1921, they moved to Porter's Landing. In 1947, when the town went up for sale, he bought the whole town. So we own the town of Porter's Landing. So that's the kind of background I came from.
Born in 1948, Jerry grew up in the North, a member of the Tahltan Nation, and would go on to become chief of the Tahltan Band. But his career started in mining.
Well, I chose mining because it was the bush life. I liked to be out in the bush, and I was big and strong, and that's what they wanted. They wanted big, strong guys. They could work and teach them how to do things in mining underground as well as on surface, the diamond drills.
Jerry went from dishwasher in the kitchen to working on diamond drills and underground. After 7 years with the Tantalus Butte coal mine, Jerry changed directions, going back to school to study contracting and project management. In 1985, Jerry suggested the community take on building their own houses at Telegraph Creek. As a result, the Tahltan Nation Development Corporation was born. By 1988, they started their first project for the mining industry at the Golden Bear Mine.
So we negotiated an agreement. We did a joint venture with Arctic Construction to do the 160-kilometer road. And within 3 weeks, I bought $3 million worth of equipment, and heavy equipment operation was underway.
The Tahltan Nation Development Corporation is still going strong and has expanded, supporting many areas of mine operations, from camp catering to IT services. Jerry is dedicated to his community and is credited with leading his nation out of poverty to full employment.
When we started the Tahltan Nation Development Corporation, we had 98% unemployment in the winter and 65% in the summer. And in 2006, we had 0 unemployment in the summer and 5% in the winter. And even today, we have no unemployment in our nation.
Jerry also wants the young people of the Tahltan Nation exposed to all possible educational opportunities. They have embraced that challenge.
Last year, in fact, we graduated 48 people from accredited schools, either grade 12 universities or accredited training programs. So we're probably among the national average now for grade 12 graduates. When we started, we were lucky to have 1 or 2 in the whole nation.
He is now happy to pass the torch.
He let go of his power in order to allow the next generation to be able to learn and to grow and to thrive from those successes and to make their own successes.
Jerry also helped create the award-winning Aboriginal Toolkit, which helps Indigenous communities understand the mining industry.
He's introduced mining in a way that provides real information to the First Nation communities and the Indigenous communities across the country of what mining means and how they can become part of projects and what they ask for when industry is in their territory.
Jerry was key in negotiating the first impact benefit agreement in British Columbia and established a number of organizations to help educate and connect people. Based in Whitehorse and now in his 70s, Jerry is still traveling the world with his latest venture, the Global Indigenous Development Trust.
We go down to places like Peru, Belize, Colombia. We'll be down in Ecuador, and we're working in Canada on some of the places, helping to get the local indigenous populations to understand mining.
He's an incredible visionary. He can see and hold a vision for who we are and where we need to go. He understands how to bring people together in a way that I haven't seen anyone else be able to do before. Just the most decent person you'll ever meet. Literally everything he does is for the betterment of people. Period, full stop.